Today, I am going to share with you how to track your leads and sales in 2022 when it comes to the customer lifestyle Lifecycle Marketing. Hey, I'm Melody. I am the founder of The Course Consultant, and I'm so excited to share with you this strategy because truthfully, what happens after the sale? Not enough people talk about it. And if you have a subscription-based business model, a cohort program, a group coaching program, or you have a membership, understanding how you can increase your retention will contribute to a healthy bottom line for your monthly recurring revenue and your annual recurring revenue. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to walk you through the key things to consider when it comes to your customer success for your business and what you can expect when you are starting out your process. So let's go ahead and I'm going to shift over to show my screen. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through this step-by-step video, and I want you to take a moment to grab a pen, grab a pencil, whatever it is that you need, or just listen to this and make some mental notes for this. So first off, if you've been online in the business world for a while, you already know or have created some sort of way for people to filter into your space. That could be through a funnel like a lead generation magnet, a Facebook group, a LinkedIn group, whatever the case may be. They somehow have found out about your business. They've built that awareness, and maybe they viewed a landing page or form. Traditionally, there has been some sort of correspondence, whether in person or virtually through a newsletter, a text SMS, or a challenge, a webinar. They've somehow engaged with you on social media, maybe DM'd you or messaged you. And so when it comes to the second stage, people are having conversations with you, whether automatically or manually. And so here in the third stage, this is where the evaluation stage and where most online business owners, especially those in the marketing world, focus a lot on how to get people to buy as quickly as possible and move throughout the different cycles of the funnel. This might look like for you, if you're a coach or a consultant that has a group coaching program, they've watched your webinar, they've viewed your sales page, they've booked a call. If you're a SaaS business, they've booked a demo. Maybe they have contacted one of your sales representatives. Maybe they've taken a look at your pricing page if you have multiple pricing options monthly or annually. And so here is where we come into, again, the traditional sales cycle when they do purchase. They booked a service with you, they've enrolled in your coaching program, they've maybe signed up for whatever it is that you have, and they're so excited. And then all of a sudden it's time to move on, right? Because now they've booked with you, you're done, right? And the answer to that is no. This is not where the relationship ends. In fact, this is actually the beginning of a beautiful, budding, blossoming relationship. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that and what this could look like for you in your business. So let's talk about sales activities. So I've blurred out the name of this individual, but you can see here that we have different cycle and different analytics here. So first off, what I'm showing here is a picture of my CRM. You might have your own CRM for your service or your coaching or your group program. And so this looks like they've submitted a form, right? They scheduled a discovery call. They've actually, my CRM is showing me that I have this organic search capability. And so I'm able to track where this lead is coming from and how they came about me through using the data and analytics on the CRM. So definitely take a look at your past launch data from your last promotional window. So this might look like looking at your ROAS or return on ad spend for your Facebook ads or your Instagram ads, or if you are using some sort of other paid platform for traffic, you might want to consider again looking at your Google Analytics on your ads account, or for again organic, looking again to see who signed up. And is it through a referral? Maybe you have a referral partner and they are just a high performing referral partner. So this is what I really want to focus on, is identifying where those milestones are, not exactly just when it comes to client acquisition, because we can sometimes get very, very focused on just the acquisition, but really about the entire customer journey. So this might look like, okay, they scheduled that discovering call. It's time to go back and review where did they come from, and were they a good fit? Were they not a good fit? Why is that? And what could we do differently, or what could we continue doing? So here's where we're at in the evaluation stage. Again, that was stage, I believe, 4 in the previous example of your funnel. So the evaluation stage, this is where your prospective customers are evaluating purchasing or signing up for your product or program. This might look like you sending out emails or marketing content that includes information that will be helping them make a buying or purchasing decision, helping them identify and evaluate the difference between monthly or yearly expenses for the product or the service, or if there's going to be installments. Maybe there's a sales page, maybe there's an article, maybe there's an FAQ, providing people with as much information about the program as possible, and then really really looking at where the traffic is coming from. Another thing you can consider is to add videos or testimonials on your checkout pages or your payment processing platform. If you are using something like ThriveCart, which is one of my favorite tools for converting people and getting people to buy subscriptions or products, especially virtual. Adding a booking link to schedule a discovery call with you if you're providing some sort of coaching program or service or done for you offer, and then adding some additional notifications of purchase like proof. So again, these are examples. By no means is this an exhaustive list, but helping people make that determination will really help to amplify the experience that the customer will go through from evaluation all the way to post-purchase. And we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. So how does that actually work when it comes to tracking where your sales are coming from and where your leads are coming from? So what it is important to consider is, again, looking back at that data and those analytics. So if you have a marketing manager, or if you have a social media manager, or if you're a founder and you're just doing it yourself, whatever the case may be, take a look at your analytics. Take a moment out of your month as you plan for your next promotion to look at the sales, to look at where your leads are coming from. Let's say you have a lead generation software and you have an opt-in form. Take a look at your CRM and look at to see how many people actually came in through the funnel, how many people actually registered, and then you can compare it to other data, like how many people attended the webinar, how many people watched a percentage of the video. This applies to so many things, right? And again, if you're doing something where, okay, you have your organic leads, you can use something called UTM parameters. And this is a great tool that you can leverage to look at the data where people are coming from. You can attach this UTM parameters and add them to different marketing channels, like your YouTube channel, your podcast, your blog posts, your Facebook posts. Tracking with UTM parameters is really easy. What I recommend doing is just Googling UTM parameters, and you'll find a UTM parameter link. It's very easy to do, and it is free, so really helpful tool there. A lot of times CRMs have that capability, so do look at that. Unique selling proposition. I don't know why I said opportunity, but you want to kind of differentiate yourself from the market by looking at your refund policy. What's the refund policy that you have existing? What's the period of time for your refund policy? What are the features, benefits, and bonuses that you have? Let's say, for example, you have monthly installment plan. You might also have an annual plan, and maybe there's some sort of bonus in there for the annual plan. You can also take a look at other opportunities like case studies, testimonials, and white papers. All of these things aside, you definitely want to provide as much information as possible about what happens after the purchase and how closely does it align with what's actually happening. So I want to say that again. What is that something so that you can provide information about what happens after the sale and make it as close to possible to the real genuine experience, because what you don't want to happen is somebody buys and they're not a good fit for the program, or they just weren't aware of the process in which you serve people through your coaching program, subscription, or product. So here's where I want you to consider creating for your customer success plan. So as we've previously talked about in the previous slides, the customer success process doesn't just end with the purchase. The customer success process is an entire customer life cycle process. So we have from post-purchase, we're now going to bring them into product usage, product adoption, brand loyalty, and brand advocacy. And so I'm going to break down each of these. And so do keep in mind that this is a great video to rewatch if you're going back and reviewing some data on your last launch from the end of quarter 4 and you're planning out for quarter 2 for your launch, or maybe you're a little behind and you're just trying to get through quarter 1. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this, and apologies, there's quite a bit of text here on the screen, but I just want to give you some examples of how you can see this being used in your business. So first of all, from the time somebody purchases from you, you want the customer to engage with your product, your program, your service, and begin the onboarding process. Now, if you have a service, this might look like you have a package, an onboarding package, or you have a membership or group program. You might have a video tutorial on the thank you page, right? So they're going to begin this sequence of onboarding with you. The second stage is the product usage. This might look like the customer attending live coaching calls. This might look like booking a session with you for your kickoff call. This might look like somebody actually logging into a platform. We'll talk a little bit more about milestones in some of the subsequent slides. And then in stage 3, we have product adoption. And this is where we really want to get people to. So you might have somebody purchase from you. They may or may not use it, but they might not actually understand how to adopt the product. Maybe they use a similar product. If you're a SaaS business, you might have a competitor, or they might be migrating software. So this is very important that there should be a product adoption plan in place, especially as someone migrates from a different platform. Very important to have that. Or if you're in a group coaching program, this might look like, do they know where to access the resources? Is there a comprehensive, curriculum that kind of walks me through what should I get started with? Because if you are a membership owner, you might have a customer come in and they are overwhelmed with the information. There's too much and they feel like they don't know where to get started. So giving people the ability to self-serve by giving them a process is very helpful for your customers, especially if you have a subscription-based business model. So really where we want people to be is this brand loyalty and the brand advocacy, right? So the customer sees value in the product. Again, and I was just having a great conversation with one of my peers, Mike, and we were talking all about brand loyalty, and we were talking about courses, and we were talking about, is it important that the customer completes a course to consider that that is a successful customer, that customer saw a value? And I said no, right? Because what really needs to happen is there needs to be either a feature or a benefit or some sort of piece of value in the product or program. And if that one piece of content, one piece of feature or benefit is enough so that they feel that they've received some value in exchange for the payment, that's really all it takes, right? But the brand loyalty process doesn't normally happen very quickly. You probably have people somehow in between these two areas here, usage and adoption. And then, you may have over time see your power users come and funnel into this brand loyalty and brand advocate. So how do you get people to go from somebody who is a new customer to a brand advocate? They have now seen success. They've applied the concepts that are provided and or the technical features. They've completely onboarded. We're going to talk about that in the following slide. So post-purchase onboarding, excuse me. The post-purchase onboarding process is one of the most impactful ways to improve customer retention, especially if you have a subscription-based model. So this might look like, hey, you have a thank you page, there's a video, there's an onboarding orientation email, maybe there's an onboarding forum, maybe there's a consultation call. Again, these are just examples of a group program milestones that you want to hit for the onboarding process. And it might be 2 to 3 emails. Maybe you have a complete onboarding series, like this could be 30 days or 60 days, or, maybe a few on the first 15 days and then a couple after that. And then you send everything else manually in correspondence. So helping people see how they can really make the most use is important in the engagement stage. Again, they're logging into the portal. They are creating a profile, completed a lesson or module if it's a course, and they completed onboarding. So it's, again, a very effective tool, especially for people who are coming into your world, because what we want to see is that a customer is able to apply the information quickly on how to utilize the service or product. So what is the next step for you, and how do you leverage this information? Well, one, you want to review the sales events, right? So this might look like identifying at what stage of the process are my customers coming into my funnel? Where are the sales happening? On which platform are they converting better? And why is that particular piece of content resonating so well with my customers? Were they the right fit for your program? Why or why not? Take a look at ways to track your pipeline. So if you're using Pipeline Pro, you might have an appointment setter. You might have some sort of CRM to track. Take a look at the analytics of all of the different software that you use. So like right now I'm using an all-in-one marketing platform called Funnel Streams, which I can definitely talk about in a later episode or video. But just take a look at your analytics, your Google Analytics, all of the cool things that you need to see where people are at, and look at your conversion rates. And then number 3, it's time to really evaluate the ROI and the effectiveness of the campaigns. You might have spent X amount of dollars on your Facebook ad campaigns or your Google ad campaigns, but it's very important to take a look at what are the numbers saying? What is the data saying? Was it effective? Was it not effective? What was the ad spend? If you're doing all organic or you're doing yourself, take a look at the metrics in the social media platforms. So like Instagram, you can take a look at saves. You can take a look at clicks. You can take a look at profile visits and link clicks from your profile. Same thing for a lot of these other platforms. You can even look at metrics inside your Facebook group and see, who is the most active member inside the group and who is inactive. So really, really take a look at these sales events and really start thinking about your customer success plan. All right, so that's it for today's training. I want to talk a little bit more about how you can use this strategy to build out that customer retention plan and that customer success plan in 2022. And so if you found this video helpful, I would love for you to share what is your biggest takeaway from this video. And I would love for you to join me on a free upcoming virtual office hours, which is happening tomorrow at 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This is an open call for other course creators, product owners, and business owners who want to increase their customer lifetime value and improve their monthly recurring revenue and annual recurring revenue through customer success plans. And so there is going to be a chance for you to ask questions, to network with other course creators, and to just have really great conversations. Grab a cup of coffee, enjoy. There's no pitch at the end. It's just generally a great way to have a conversation, ask your questions about your membership, and really connect up with other people. I am planning on doing these every single week for the next quarter, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I won't lose my voice because I am just recovering from being ill. Thankfully, I am feeling much better, but I would love for you to come. It's happening again tomorrow. If you want to RSVP, go ahead and just comment yes below, and I will send you the link to my Facebook group called Inspired Courses. You'll be able to get access to the session there, and that will make sure that I can send you updates because we all know that times can sometimes change. But weekly, Wednesdays, 2:30 to 4:30 p.m., RSVP. Type yes down in the comments so that you can grab your free spot for virtual networking office hours for customer success strategies and to improve your product and offer suite retention plan in 2022. Hope this was helpful for you guys and friends. Thank you so much for watching. Share with a friend. Tell me what you took away from this video. That's it for today's training. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. Can't wait to see you there.